This ABC15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hi there, I'm Kaylee O'Kelly with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. There are new concerns today over Arizona's fentanyl crisis after the death of a 3-year-old boy in Apache Junction who died from an overdose. Police are trying to figure out where that pill came from. Banner Poison Center telling ABC15 this is becoming more and more common, sharing that 108 reports of kids were exposed to fentanyl last year alone, compared to just 6 back in 2017. And there are resources out there to help, like a place called Hushabye Nursery, which does treat parents and babies going through withdrawals.
My heart goes out to everyone that loved that baby. It's like, oh, but there is help. But it has to be barrier-free and without stigma, because think of what this family's going through.
Just can't even imagine. At Hushabye, babies do get help through non-pharmaceutical treatment, and if needed, medication is available to help. The Phoenix Police Department is now rethinking its use of force policy. This after the department asked for public input on the policy. Phoenix PD is telling us they did get a lot of comments, and the new interim chief and policy committee will be taking all of this into consideration. ABC15 going line by line on the policy with a use of force and police training consultant, and he says this is an example of a department wanting to protect themselves from liability.
Hey, we have a policy that says this, they didn't abide by our policy. But if your policy is not realistic or unattainable, I'm not sure it's any better.
A spokesperson for the department says this is just in the beginning stages, and once a new policy is approved, the department will go through training on that. New this morning, 2 monkeys that disappeared from a Dallas zoo have been found safe. Police say they were inside the closet of an abandoned home, and investigators believe the monkeys were taken intentionally. But it's not just Dallas. A zoo in Lafayette, Louisiana says a dozen monkeys were stolen in the middle of the night earlier this week. They're still looking for those animals. And it's why Phoenix Zoo is working hard to keep their animals safe. The zoo's director of living collections led ABC15 on a behind-the-scenes tour. Drew Foster showing us the zoo's 9 squirrel monkeys, and we've learned each is individually identified to help staff monitor their health. He also showed us the tamarins and says that his team builds safety and security into daily routine there. Security cameras are spread across the grounds, and the zoo has a lot of gates for its 3,000 animals, which does call for a lot of locks. When one goes in, Foster says the same person locks it.
For instance, the elephant keepers and the elephant staff have access to elephant areas, but our bird staff don't. They only have access to bird areas.
Foster told us the theft of zoo animals, it's actually rare, and he is not aware of any cases like this happening in Phoenix since he's been on staff. For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.